Hi, Chris.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, great.
That's good. And I guess you're actually starting to hopefully get excited to head down to Australia for your first time.
Yeah, I couldn't be more excited. It's been such a dream to head to Australia for me. So, and to come over with Gaslight in this situation, I mean, I honestly could not think of a better way to go to Australia.
Awesome. I would tell you that once you get here, you won't want to leave, but apparently that's what everyone's telling you.
That is really what everybody has been telling me. Like everybody I've talked to, like all my friends in bands who have been to Australia, just say you're not going to want to leave, or at the very least, you're going to want to go back as much as possible and then retire there.
Well, we'll look forward to that.
Yeah.
I hope you do enjoy it down here. But can I ask how long you've been doing your solo project?
Solo, I've been doing it pretty much for just a year now. I've kind of always been really afraid to perform solo, and I kind of started recognizing that in myself and was like, it's just time to get over this. And I started kind of slowly booking shows where it was just me and an acoustic guitar, and the more I did it, the more I seemed to really enjoy it. And yeah, now I really love it.
Right. So how did you get into making music and that and being in a band? Was it something you knew you wanted to do young, or is it an accident?
No, it was definitely something I very deliberately wanted to do. I remember kind of walking into it, my first local small DIY show when I was 15, and just seeing some band, I don't even remember what band it was now, just playing on the ground, and me just going, oh, wait, I can do that? I thought before, there were only giant shows, giant concerts, and nothing else. I never even knew that there were, little shows where bands just set up on the ground and played shows. So it was just since then I've been in bands and been writing songs and just living that life.
Right. And do you do anything other than the singing and playing guitar and that? Do you have a normal job, or do you do producing or something?
No, I just make music. I'm pretty lucky right now. I mean, it comes and goes for sure, but for the past year or so, I've been able to just, tour and write songs and be a musician. As long as I'm on the road, I'm pretty much fine. If I stay off tour for too long, then, money starts to disappear.
And I'm wondering, image-wise, are you, when you're doing your solo stuff and that, I mean, I'm assuming you're not taking yourself overly seriously, because it looks a bit like maybe you're channeling a 70s porn star.
That's a good picture. I like that picture. I'm actually going to be selling that picture on a tote bag when I'm with Gaslight.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, it's you can't take yourself seriously. It's the lamest thing in the world when you can sense that somebody doesn't have a sense of humor about themselves. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's fun to kind of poke fun at it and kind of mess with the conventional kind of ideas people have of musicians who sing serious songs.
Yeah. Can I ask what inspires your writing?
Mostly when I sit down to write, it's just a feeling of unrest, or something that I just kind of have to get out of my body or of my brain. And sometimes that can mean a song about just kind of being frustrated with something that's going on in my personal life. Or it can mean getting something out that is positive, getting maybe a love song or some other sort of happy song. Just this kind of need to kind of express something and have it down and be able to kind of look at it or listen to it, really. It kind of helps you work through things better too, personally, your own issues or whatever you've got going on in your head. If you kind of just sit down and write something and not really try to think too hard about it, when you look at it, you go, oh, that's what's going on inside my brain right now. It's interesting.
Do you think that helps keep you sane? Because I did notice on the Fake Problems Facebook page that you guys released a vinyl that supports the National Alliance on mental illness in America.
Oh yeah, that's one of my solo records. But absolutely. I think creative expression is very important to somebody's mental health and well-being. Just any kind of expression of your own true feelings is, I think, extremely important. Yeah, and I wanted to support NAMI because, I and many of my friends and peers have kind of struggled with, various kinds of mental illness like depression and such. And I think NAMI is just a great organization that kind of helps people.
I'll move on now to your music that you've released, because you recently released a Christmas record as a solo artist, like A Gift from God or whatever.
Yes.
Why did you decide to do a Christmas album?
Mostly because I thought it would be funny and a kind of a weird thing to do. Earlier in 2014, I had written some other songs, and a friend of mine kind of mentioned in passing that they felt like Christmas songs, even though they weren't. And that kind of inspired me from there to just write a Christmas album, because I've always kind of toyed with the idea, and I've always thought it would be kind of fun to make a Christmas album that wasn't just the same Christmas album everybody else makes. And, write songs the way I would write them, but have them kind of themed in that kind of Christmas world. So yeah, that's what I did. And instead of kind of thinking that's a crazy idea, I'm just not going to do that, I was just like, that's a crazy idea, I'm going to do that, because why not? I'll be home for a little bit. I've got the time. I have the recording equipment. And so I just really went for it. And I had a bunch of my friends to come sing on it and play guitar and drums and all that stuff. And I'm very happy with how it turned out. It kind of exceeded my expectations.
Oh, good. And have you released anything else as a solo artist?
I have, yeah. Earlier in 2014, I released a split with this guy, Gray Gordon, on No Sleep Records, and I'm working on other new material right now.
Ah, cool. Are you going to have something released before you do hit Australia? You're going to have a new single or something come out?
I think I may. I'm not 100% sure. But I've also got my other band, Antarctigo Vespucci. We've got a bunch of songs. So I have a lot of songs to play.
Another band. You get bored easily, I'm assuming.
Yeah, well, I just don't like to just sit and not have anything to do. I don't relax. There's no such thing as relax in my brain. Like, I'm either going 100% or trying to force myself to fall asleep.
Well, I'll wish you luck with the getting to sleep thing. It's going to be even worse when you actually first hit Australia with the time changes.
I know. I'm going to start a couple days ahead of time, just totally screwing up my sleep schedule and trying to get on Australian time like a week before I'm even there.
And you are hitting the Gold Coast to begin with on the 28th of January, which is one of the warmest parts of Australia that you're going to be landing in.
Okay.
So, yeah, you'll definitely want your bathers for that one. Are you laughing because I call them bathers and you don't?
I'm not laughing about that, but that is interesting.
What do you call them?
Bathing suit.
All right. There's a lot of names for them down here. You'll hear them all probably here, but you will be
start looking up the lingo.
You will be on the Gold Coast on Wednesday, the 28th of January, then in Brisbane on the 29th. Then you're going to Sydney for 2 shows and Melbourne for 2 shows. And then you'll be hitting Adelaide, and your last show is on February the 5th, and it's Soundwave Touring who are bringing you here. And you do have a Facebook page, facebook.com/Chris Farren, and you also have chrisfarren.com.
Yes.
And people can find fake problems too, not like making up problems, but the band at fakeproblems.com. What about your other band? Do you want to give out some address for that one?
You can just, so Antarctigo Vespucci, it's a band I have with my friend Jeff Rosenstock from Bomb the Music Industry, and you can download both of our records for free online at quote-unquote-records.com.
Awesome, and if people go and like Chris Farren on Facebook, then I'm sure that when you have new stuff come out and that, you'll probably post about it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, you're coming out here, of course, at the end of January with the Gaslight Anthem, and people can go to soundwavetouring.com for tickets to that.
Heck yeah.
I hope you have a great time, and I hope you are happy to go home, but that you leave a piece of your heart in Australia when you do it.
Oh, absolutely. I'm so excited. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time, and have a good day, night, whatever it is over there.
Oh, it's nighttime. Yeah. Thank you, Kat. Appreciate it.
All right. Bye.
Bye.